Hello everyone, and welcome back to CM50, the video edition. In this video, we'll be expanding on Unit 16 of CM50, which covers conjunctions. So what are conjunctions? Well, according to page 25, Unit 16.1, conjunctions are words that link other words, phrases, clauses, and sentences together. So we can think of them as links. And to start with, we'll look at two conjunctions, 和, which means and, 而且, which means also. Let's first take a look at 和. So 和 is used only to connect verbs, nouns, pronouns, and noun phrases. In effect, it is used to list things. So for example, I like to eat bananas and strawberries. 我喜欢吃香蕉和草莓. So this is a list of fruits. Paul, Peter, and John are all apostles. 保罗、彼得和约翰都是使徒. So a list of names or a list of people. And so this is what 和 is used for, to make lists. But it is not used to connect clauses. So we can just think of clauses as different parts of the same sentence. For example, I like dogs, clause 1. She likes cats, clause 2. No pun intended. But the point here is that in English, it is possible and correct to link those two clauses together with and. I like dogs and she likes cats. However, to say in Chinese, 我喜欢狗和他喜欢猫 is incorrect because we do not use 和 to link clauses. So to fix this is quite simple. We just remove 和. I like dogs and she likes cats. 我喜欢狗，他喜欢猫. Additionally, 和 is not used to start sentences. So imagine a scenario, it's the watchtower, someone has already made a comment, we then want to make an additional comment, and we might say, and Jehovah has given us the Bible. This is acceptable in English, but to say in Chinese, 和耶和华赐给我们圣经 is incorrect. So there is a word that we can use for that, which we'll come on to in a moment. However, 和 means and the important thing is to remember it's just used to make lists. Now on to 而且, which means also. 而且 is used to join and start sentences or clauses to introduce additional information. I sleep well every night and also feel very happy. 我每天晚上都睡得很好，而且觉得非常快乐. So what's happening here? Well, we introduce some information. I sleep well every night. 我每天晚上都睡得很好. So this is a complete thought. That is already some complete information. But there is more information. Feel very happy. 觉得非常快乐. And 而且 is used to introduce that new additional information. 我每天晚上都睡得很好，而且觉得非常快乐. Now let's go back to the scenario where perhaps it's the watchtower. And the question that's asked is, how do we know God wants us to have a relationship with him? Immediately, three hands shoot up. One is selected, and they say, because he has given us the Bible. 因为他赐给我们圣经. The second hand goes back up, and they add additional information. Also, we learn about him at the meetings. 而且在聚会里我们能认识他. So this is correct. 而且 can be used at the start of new sentences to bring in additional information. And it's important to remember this because as we learned a few moments ago, it would be incorrect to say 和在聚会里我们能认识他. So this is a common mistake for beginners, but to use 和 at the beginning of a sentence like this is incorrect. So here it's good to remember that 而且 is the word to use when we want to introduce new information in a new sentence. So that's 而且. Let's take a look at 因为, which means because, and it is used to introduce a reason or cause for something. I cannot go to class because I am sick. 因为我生病了，我不能去上课。I was late because of a traffic jam. 因为堵车，我迟到了。So what we're seeing here is that 因为 is used in cause and effect sentences. However, what's interesting is that English normally prefers to state the effect first. I was late, that's the effect, and then the cause, because of a traffic jam. Whereas in Chinese, it's the other way around. 因为堵车, that's the cause. 我迟到了, that's the effect. So actually it's more logical, cause and effect. Having said that, it is possible in both languages to change around the order. In English, we could say, because of a traffic jam, I was late. In Chinese, we could say, 我迟到了，因为堵车. However, in both cases, this different word order is less common and also less natural. So normally what we would find is that in English, it's effect and cause. I was late because of a traffic jam. In Chinese, it's cause and effect. 因为堵车，我迟到了. Also in these Chinese sentences, we might see an additional word, 因为堵车，所以我迟到了. So there's more on that on page 43, unit 23.6, and also the video edition. So, 因为 means because. Now on to 但是, which means but or however. And it is used to introduce a contrasting idea. For example, I want to go, but I don't have time. 我想去，但是我没有时间. God wants us to be his friend, however, he will not force us. 上帝希望我们会做他的朋友，但是他不会强迫我们. So actually using 但是 is pretty straightforward. It's used to introduce a contrasting idea. It means but or however. Now on to háishi, which means or. It is used in questions to present two or more options. So for example, does he want to learn Chinese or Japanese? 他想学中文还是日语? So this is presenting two options and only one of them would be chosen. 中文还是日语? Are we going to the movies today or tomorrow? 我们今天还是明天去看电影呢? Now notice again the difference in word order between the English and the Chinese. In the English, the time phrase today or tomorrow comes at the end, but the Chinese follows this word order. Subject, time phrase, auxiliary verb, verb, object. So, subject, 我们, time phrase, 今天还是明天, auxiliary verb, 去, the main verb, 看, and then the object, 电影. So that's 还是, which means or, and it is used in questions. 或者 also means or, but it is used in statements to describe two or more options. So it's not asking someone to make a choice between the two. He wants to learn Chinese or Japanese. 他想学中文或者日语. So this is simply pointing out the fact that either are possible. He wants to learn either one of them, but it's not asking to make a choice. We are going to the movies today or tomorrow. 我们今天或者明天去看电影. So again, it's just talking about the possibility of going to the movies. To highlight this, let's compare these two sentences. 我们今天或者明天去看电影. This just emphasizes that we are going to the movies, and it's either going to happen today or tomorrow. 我们今天还是明天去看电影呢? This emphasizes the two options and asks to make a choice between today or tomorrow. 今天还是明天? So that's 或者, which means or and is used in statements. So this has been a look at some of the many conjunctions, and as always, there's more to come in the following units. See you next time.